How are we doing, Demons? Hope you're doing okay. Thanks again to our class captains for stepping in this week, especially as I'm headed to Denver for my wife's grandma's funeral. So I really appreciate it, and hopefully it can just be business as usual for you guys. So for today we're going to be continuing with 5-5, and then tomorrow we'll get started at 5-6, which is the World War II intro. Just a little heads up, next week, we're going to be going into a little bit of kind of history of Valentine's Day on Monday, and then also taking a look at some of these writing samples that you guys are going to create today. So keep that in mind that we are going to do a little writing today, just 5 to 10 sentences, and I'm going to be pulling some student samples to be able to kind of use that for Tuesday. Then we're going to be going into another group website project, but your groups will be different than they are currently because I'm going to be using that star data. So I'm going to be making sure to have what are called heterogeneous groups with people that got different star data and be very intentional as far as that. So just a little preview. So as we are getting going with today, just a reminder, an announcement. Senora Sanchez Armstrong and the Black Student Alliance have been working really hard to put together a really cool event that's called the Soul Food Dinner. So if you scan on that code that's up here right now, which is also on the slides for today on Google Classroom, you can check out how to be able to get tickets. It's going to be great. $5 for students is a really great deal. You'd be hard pressed to be able to go to Taco Bell or Burger King and get something for $5, especially not nearly the quality of food that you're going to get at this event on February 24th. So great opportunity to hang out with some friends or maybe take somebody on a date or who knows. So check it out. And also, based on the warm-up, here is a reminder, and this is going to be helpful for today's assignment because you're going to be asked to do continuity and change related to previous and maybe even future historical eras and or events that we've studied so far. So as you can see here, we've got all of the events for this, or all of the eras for this course, and we are currently right here at the World Wars, World War I. So anything beyond that is going to be a little bit different as far as you're going to need to provide a little textual evidence from a reliable source if you want to use that in your continuity and change. So we're mainly going to be focusing up here as far as the Renaissance through European colonialism in Africa and African independence. So just wanted to throw that out there. And you can always pull up this video at any time as far as a reference or go to those Google Slides. So we're going to be taking the first 10 minutes of class to be able to finish up. And remember, guys, that on the directions of part 2, this is part 2 for 5-5. We completed document 3 together. So you should have that one on 5-5. And then like it says, either with your table group or individually, you were going to do 3 additional documents to go through and do the main idea, evidence, continuity change, and the MLI citation. So when I grade this, you're going to have document 3 as well as 3 additional ones that has that. So I'm going to give you guys an additional 10 minutes to be able to get that wrapped up. I had said for some of the classes that they needed to get that done. So if that's the case, then please make sure that you're continuing on beyond those 4 documents that you already have. Or, like it says here, guys, we also have the double black diamond, which is document 11, which is on this presentation that you can find on Google Classroom, slide number 12. So that's kind of a cool document that has an old newspaper article from when Archduke Francis Ferdinand was assassinated. Or to really help me out, you can find a primary source document from World War I and send it to me. Just email that, either the link, screenshot, whatever, to me so that I can continue to have kind of a collection of primary sources for World War I for future generations of 10th graders. So we're going to take 10 minutes to do that. So class captains, you can go ahead and run that 10-minute timer so everybody knows how much time we have left, and then we'll move on. Okay, guys, so beyond that, we're going to be going into a little bit of share out. So my recommendation is that you have those class captions that are kind of scribing their copy that are up on the screen so that everybody else kind of knows what you need to put down. But check it out. If you didn't complete that document with your group or individually on that first part, where you should have 4 that are all the way completed, like it says, please just take notes on the main idea and the continuity and change section. So you do not need to do evidence. You do not need to do the MLA citation. When I grade this, I'll check to make sure that you have finished it. However, I will just be checking for those 4 documents as far as the evidence and the MLA citation. The other ones, you just need to have the main idea and the continuity and change. And like it says, what changed from a previous historic era? There's an asterisk there because you can see on the fine print at the bottom that says if you'd like to focus on a future historical era like right now, today, there's one that has Uncle Sam with the U.S. Army. I want you for the U.S. Army. This shows continuity to today because I have this reliable source from a .edu that says there's still a lot of instances of people being recruited into the military, and you can get some good benefits like getting your college paid for. So as long as you have a reliable source, you can cite continuity and change for the future. But other than that, focus on stuff that we've been doing for this class so far in the past. All right. Okay, so we're going to take a good 40 minutes to be able to do that. After that, guys, we're going to be taking the information that we have done related to part 2, and we're going to be putting it into a 5 to 10 sentence CER for part 3 that answers this guiding question right here. How does the events of World War I show continuity or change from previous historical eras we have studied? So, using the recommended outline, you're going to do 5 to 10 sentences and using documents from part 2 as evidence. While this is a completion grade, I'm going to use some of these essays on an upcoming assignment. I'll remove those names, but I do want to get some good samples of that as far as how to be able to do a really good short constructed response related to this type of guiding question. So make sure that you're putting in a good amount of effort, but it is going to be a completion grade. I'm not going to be marking off for grammar and that sort of stuff. So just to make sure that you guys know that. Finally, we are going to be doing a common lit if you have time. This is an extension. So depending on how much time you guys have left for period 6 and period 7, the substitute teacher will be coming around to be able to make sure that you're getting into this. And so like you can see, we've got 3 different options. This one got cut off a little bit, but it says in Flanders Fields. This one says Dreamers, which is the blue square, which is right at about a 10th grade reading level. And this one says A Mad Dash to Disaster, the First World War. That one's black. That one has a reading level of 12th grade. So if you do that one, great. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good one, but it does have a higher reading level. So you know yourself as a reader. If you feel that you need a little bit more support, go ahead and choose in Flanders Fields or Dreamers. But if you want to go for it, go ahead and do A Mad Dash to Disaster. So please make sure after you're done with 5-5 that you're getting into these common lits, because the substitute teacher, whoever that is, will be holding you accountable for that. All right, guys, good job. And I look forward to seeing you guys on Monday. Keep it up.